This thing's kind of sucking.
Or when you're
Let's see.
just traversing the environment, make sure that you are not always as confrontational as you could be. Don't just whip out your sword and hack away at every single person that walks across your path. Because what that will do is paint you into a corner and cut down on your possibilities in game. Sometimes combat is the only option.
Right.
However, those times are few and far between. The action can also be a little bit more slow paced, and you might not encounter fights as often as you would like. The game is not for everyone in that regard. It's not a heavy emphasis on combat. But the biggest tip here is to not always be fighting. The second half to this tip is that you should not always be looting dead bodies. Even if you are forced to draw your sword, forced to enter combat, and you slay your opponent, you should not necessarily loot their corpse. This is an activity that has kind of been ingrained in us in very similar games for a long period of time, that you should always loot corpses and get as much gear as possible. But in Kingdom Come Deliverance, it is a very frowned upon activity. Even when looting and selling all of the gear that a dead body has, you will likely cost yourself more in necessary bribes after the fact, and lost gameplay time, and lost draw your sword to enter combat and you slay your opponent. You should not necessarily loot their corpse. This is an activity that has kind of been, ingrained in us in very similar games for a long period of time. You should always loot corpses and get as much gear as possible. In Kingdom Come Deliverance, it is a very frowned upon activity. Even when looting and selling all of the gear that a dead body has, you will likely cost yourself more in necessary bribes after the fact, and lost gameplay time and lost NPC reputation than you gained from getting all of that gear. So a good rule of thumb is only fight if you need to, or if it's some particular moment where you really wish to draw your sword and make a statement. And if you do fight, think twice about looting the body. It may have just a couple of gold on it, it may have a cool weapon or a piece of armor that you want, but it also comes with a cost. Tip number 4: gameplay time yourself when looting and selling possible. But in Kingdom Come Deliverance, it is a very frowned upon activity. Even when looting and selling all of the gear that a dead body has, you will likely cost yourself more in necessary bribes after the fact, and lost gameplay time, and lost and necessarily loot your corpse. So this tip is that you should not always be looting dead bodies. Even if you are forced to draw your sword, forced to enter combat, and you slay your opponent, you should not necessarily loot their corpse. This is an activity that has kind of been ingrained in us in very similar games for a long period of time. You should always loot corpses and get as much gear as possible. But in Kingdom Come Deliverance, it is a very frowned upon activity. Even when looting and selling all of the gear that a dead body has, you will likely cost yourself more in necessary bribes after the fact, and lost gameplay time and lost NPC reputation than you gained from getting all of that gear. So a good rule of thumb is only fight if you need to, or if it's some particular moment where you really wish to draw your sword and make a statement. And if you fight, think twice about looting the body. It may have just a couple of gold on it, it may have a cool weapon or a piece of armor that you want, but it also comes with a cost. Tip number 4: carry with you multiple sets of clothing and wash your character regularly. In the game, there are a lot of different armor and gear slots, such as arm armor, leg armor, chest pieces, hoods, helmets, all of these different things. But while wearing all of this gear, it has a chance to become dirty. You can sometimes get it splattered with blood if you are entering combat a lot, and there's a lot of different downsides to wearing all of these different pieces of armor. If I scroll down through my character sheet, and if you look at my stats on the right, you can see that my speech and my charisma are at 7, and my speed is at 19. However, if I scroll down to a fancy shirt that I got from a noblewoman during one of the quests, if I were to put that shirt on and then remove some of the other gear that I have on my character, you will see that my charisma stat will
Facebook stuff, so at least people find it. I'm not sure if there's even one of you. Normally I don't get any viewers.
Now my charisma stat is at 11, and I believe it can go a little bit further with a couple of other boosts, but just from simply wearing a nobleman's shirt, which isn't very dirty, and removing all of my other armor pieces, my charisma has gone up in its value, allowing me to negotiate better at vendors and achieve more desired results when talking to various NPCs. Part 2 to this tip is washing regularly. As you can see in this bucket, there is a great deal of water, and this is the type of bucket that is present in a lot of different towns and different social areas. You can wash yourself in these, albeit not so well, and this will again increase the amount of charisma that you have. It will improve the reaction of various NPCs and vendors and quest givers to you. It will not turn their noses up at you if you don't smell bad, and it will have a positive impact on how you interact with other people. A better version of this is to go to a bathhouse where you can launder your clothes and wash a great deal better. Now, at this bathhouse, you can see that I have to pay her in order to talk to her and use the services. That is because, unlike how I advised in tip number 5, I have been attacking pretty much everyone that I come across. I've killed beggars, I've killed wayfaring, helpless monks. I have been a criminal in this game, so people don't really want to talk to me. If you follow tip number 5, then you won't necessarily have to pay her 10 gold up front for to simply speak to her. But once you can talk to her, once you have a better reputation, or if you have the money, you can use the bathhouse services, and you can launder your clothes and clean your body off, and you will have a much better result when interacting with noblemen or talking to various other vendors, etc. You can also pay for other goods and services, which I will not do right now. A boost to your charisma overall, and will help you interact even further. So if you have the coin, a bathhouse is the place to go. The last part to this tip is cleaning blood off of weapons. And for some purposes, this is actually a good thing to keep the blood on there. If you're trying to intimidate people, bully them into taking your side or to conforming to your will, then this is a good thing. You should leave it there. However, when you're in town, when you're interacting with any normal civilized people, when you're trying to trade, when you're trying to buy goods and services, which is a large portion of the game, this is going to be decidedly negative, and much more negative than you may think. Unfortunately, you can't just take a damp cloth and wipe the blood off. You actually have to go to grindstone at any blacksmith or weaponsmith, sit down, and you sharpen the sword. This will remove blood. It's a little bit of a mini game here. It's not very hard to do. You simply use both triggers back and forth and adjust the angle of the sword, and eventually it will
what kind of realistic douchebaggery?
Once it's gone, then you can interact with people normally, and it won't detract from your charisma. It won't detract from the experience. Tip number 3, inventory management.
Cool.
While out in this field gathering herbs and materials and picking flowers, see that I've become over-encumbered. I can't sprint, I can't run, and side note, when gathering herbs here, as you can see when I pick this dandelion, I actually pick all of the dandelions in a very large radius around me. Useful. And the herblore experience, or the herbalism experience, properly called, is extremely valuable to get. When you're picking flowers, you can gather tons of them at the same time, and this kind of speaks to tip number 1. That this
Mace.
is much more about various skills and about life in the Middle Ages than it is about combat. So pay attention to all of these other skills. Some really great potions. But while gathering, as you can see, I'm covered. I can barely move. What you should be doing is managing your inventory by use of the horse.
And so that
the Y skill on or it's something different, but summon your horse once you have one. Will come to you wherever you may be.
Damn it.
Call him. And then
I will need to restart it.
To leapfrog over,
and it's gonna be all over again. Oh no. Okay.
Over to stash boxes. As you can see in my inventory, I have the option to
Alright, let's put a chronometer. Timer, because I mean, we click that stuff. How long does it take to actually go? Minus like 3 seconds or something?
I can pick them at an accelerated rate. This is worth a lot of money here. 798 of them adds up quite quick.
I'm gonna play you some cool stuff and meanwhile all these stuff.
As much as I can.
I'm chronometering this stuff.
All of them at the moment because there are so many, and my horse is already carrying a bunch of them. But you can empty out your horse's inventory. You can send various quantities to your horse, and then use him to leapfrog to a stash box. Stash boxes that I'm talking about are these. Anywhere that you have a bed set up that is rightfully yours, whether it's a tavern that you've purchased a room at, or the mill, or any other location for that matter, there should be a chest there which is kind of magically connected via some otherworldly network. In that chest, you can store all of the things that you want to and don't want to carry around with you, but still want to maintain access to, keep relatively available. All you need to do is go outside here and summon your horse. Will appear, here he is, and then you can transfer all of the items that you were over-encumbered with, loaded into his inventory, to your own inventory. Scroll over to horse here, and then we can go down, we can gather all of these items up, bring them over to our own inventory, and then bring them inside and store them in the chest. It may take a little bit of time, but this is a lot better than lugging it all around yourself, and it can make things a lot more convenient and a lot faster. Grab all the items from your horse, and then it's a very short walk. But a short regardless of how you play, it is highly likely that at some point in your gameplay experience or your playthrough, you will encounter stolen items. You will come into possession of stolen items, and if you get searched while you have those items, you will get in trouble, you'll have to pay a fine, you'll have to turn those items over, and if you have a really cool sword that you want to keep, you have really cool armor, and if it's all marked as stolen, the enemy guards and the enemy NPCs have this miraculous ability to always sense with their spidey senses that it is stolen. So you need to clean those items, you need to get them to be registered as not stolen, and you need to properly secure them. The number one way to do this, the fastest way to do this, is to come to this NPC right here. Miller, I'm not going to pronounce his name correctly, but he is a Miller, he has the white hat on, and for reference I will show you where he is on the map. He is right here on the map, he's north of Runt, and right around this area of the riverbed, right across the ford and near the dam. You do have to do a couple of very short quests in order to unlock him. You have to do a quest for the Miller over here at the Rete-ville, and then you can come up here, you do one thing for him, and he will then buy and sell your stolen goods. So, as you can see, I'll go to my inventory, I have 20 stolen pork here just for demonstration purposes. If I were to go to him, I talk, he will give me the option of then selling my stolen goods to him, and I will be able to profit from them. So if I scroll over to sell, I go and I sell all 20 of the pork. He will buy them, and I can get my profit. He won't buy them for very much, but he will still end up making a profit. And then, if I want to, I can talk to him immediately again after. And you're also able to see here, because I've sold a lot of goods to him in the recent past, you will be able to see that there are all these other items that he has. I can now buy the item back from him, and it will no longer be quote-unquote stolen. It still is in reality, but the game no longer registers it as stolen. So if I get a really cool sword that I want to keep, if I get a really cool piece of armor, I can sell it to this Miller here. I can buy back one of the pork here, you'll be able to see. And if we go to the basket and confirm the trade, it will no longer be a stolen piece of pork. So you can do this with whatever items you want, and it will clean the item. You will then, pass it through him. It will no longer be dirty or stolen, and you can keep it. You can be searched by guards, and it won't be anything out of the ordinary, and now belongs to you. The second way to dispose of stolen goods is to simply put them in your stash, like I've talked about before. The chest at any one of your bed locations can contain stolen goods, and it won't be searched. If you're in town trying to buy and sell or trying to complete quests, and you have those stolen goods, it's a liability. So you can toss any stolen goods that you have into your vault or into your chest, but then you will need to wait a significant amount of in-game time, sometimes upwards of a week, for people to forget that the goods are stolen, and for village people to move on. So you can clean them this way. It just takes a lot more time to do so. The last and by far the most valuable tip that I have is save your shadows, which is the proper way to save your game. Now you can save your game when you sleep in a bed, but even then it's hit or miss. Sometimes it will not actually save, and then you can go through an entire quest line. Sometimes, periodically during quests, it again has a chance to save your game, but sometimes it glitches out. Other times it just doesn't happen altogether, and you can go through whole quest chains and play for upwards of 45 minutes or more, and then die, and then lose all of that progress. Go back to the last time that you
skip
slept
this
in the bed.
stuff.
Now, Savior Schnapps is the one way to counteract this. When you eat Savior Schnapps, it will create a save game file. When you do that, you can come back to that point at any time that you wish. So these are extremely valuable, and in a game as buggy as this, there are a lot of glitches and bugs in this game that can result in lost progress. You want to have one Savior Schnapps on you at all times. There should never be a point where you're running around completing quests, slaying enemies, doing anything. You do not have one of the potions. Now, it's a little bit more difficult to acquire them. You can acquire Savior Schnapps by crafting them with the alchemy skill. You can whip up the potions yourself. You can acquire them by looting. You can steal them from various places. You can get them a variety of ways, but the most reliable by crafting them yourself with the alchemy skill. Now, you do need to know how to read for this. I don't know how to read very well. As you can see, the words are a bit jumbled. But the recipe is fairly simple. As soon as I know fully how to read this recipe, which is just a couple of minutes away if I do another side quest, read a few more books, then I'll be able to craft these with 1 metal and 2 belladonna extremely easily. Those are very, very common ingredients. So Savior Schnapps, the best way is to learn how to craft them, learn how to read, and then craft them at an alchemy station. Other than that, though, you get a few at the beginning of the game, and you should be using using those as best you can. You don't necessarily need to use all that often. You should carry them with you at all times. You get 3, I believe, at the very early stages of the game from one of the maidens at the inn, and you should always keep 2 in your stash and 1 on you, or 1 in your stash and 1 on you, but have one, because when one of the doors glitches out, sometimes, you know, doors can glitch and you won't walk through them, and if I were to try to get through this door, the register is open, but then it would be closed, get stuck in rooms, you can get stuck on bushes, and oftentimes reloading the game fix that problem. Have a save your snaps on you, then you don't lose any progress, you can use it and then reload to that save. They are by far the most valuable item in the game, not to mention the fact that they're also worth quite a bit of point, so you can use as a store of wellness. Craft them, buy the ingredients, craft them, be able to you know, store a great deal of items that are worth a lot of point stash without actually having the point carrying you around. That's going to wrap it up for these top 5 tips on how to play Kingdom Come Deliverance and things that new players will need to know to make their gameplay experience better. I really do like the game, but it has a few problems. At the moment, there are various main quests which are bugged, and to those players that are coming through looking for ways to unbug their game or to get by, you know, a black infinite loading screen that can sometimes pop up, there is a fix coming in about 2 weeks, from what I've gathered from outside sources, and from reading up on the game in various articles and from Twitter feeds. So there should be a fix coming soon. I think that what they're trying to do with this game is phenomenal, historically accurate, with a spider web of different possibilities. Sometimes you're making choices in this game without even realizing that you are making those choices. It really is an interesting experience, and it's cool to support a game that was crowdfunded through Kickstarter. So I have to say, despite some of the many flaws and some of the dysfunctional elements to it, it is a fun experience, and it's trying to do something different, and I really respect that. So let me know down below in the comments if you think this was useful at all. I tried to put in as much valuable information as possible, especially to help new players. Let me know as well in the comments if there are other games that you'd like to see me cover. I'm trying to branch out and expand a lot of beginner guides on different titles. So if there's something else you'd like to see me cover and you'd like my take on, don't hesitate to let me know. I will try to incorporate that. As always, check out the different communities. Consider checking out the Patreon page as well. YouTube is unreliable at this point. You know, we have a great Facebook community, we have a great website, and forum community there. We'll try to expand and bring more presence to this game as well as many others. And that's about it. I'll stop ranting. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, have a nice night.
Wanted to show you how we created our amazing new website with Mace. Now we know that having a great website is crucial because when we look good online, our brand just feels good. Check out all these templates that are hundreds of, and they're actually fully designed websites. I like it. Listen, it's all drag and drop, and you can change anything you want. Okay, now let's change the text. Also, let's give the font a little twist. Okay, I'm gonna drop that photo here. Make it just right. I feel like it's a good place to add a gallery. And it's cool because the photos will keep their high-res quality. I'm already impressed with our website. As am I. There's a video gallery. Let's add it. It gets automatically updated with our YouTube account. Wait, don't forget to add our Instagram feed. There. Done. Well, that's it. It's the coolest thing we've collaborated on in months. Go to Wix.com. Create your stunning website today.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Troy Harrison Chris, and on today's 4K...
This is nice.
You're gonna like it here.
Alright.
going to cry.
Okay, I need to pay attention next time. Anyways, how long it took? It was a 10-minute wait for it to freaking load. So it takes me 10 minutes to reattempt the stupid load. You know what?
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me.
Alright, if I skip it and then try to reload it, be way better. That way, the reduction time will just be my plus 5 seconds. 11, wow, man. That intro loading 10 minutes. I mean, the game is worth it, I gotta say. In a way, it allows you to do like stuff in between each load, you know, like. Yeah, motherfucker, start working while it loads. Like this load is actually like 35 seconds. That is pretty good. Pretty damn good, lads. So my walk is like, let's see.
This is a good place. You're gonna like it here.
10 seconds. 11 seconds. So my freaking next one is gonna be, it's for 13 seconds, it was from the last one. Okay, let's start this. So it's gonna be that plus 5 more seconds. Wait, I can totally skip this stuff. Whenever I realize that's an average, then like it's an average from K. Get away from me on the one count. Ah, verdad, güey.
Come on then.
No, you come on.
Well,
What's up, man? No, manches. Okay. You got this. Okay, out of red, but I need to get some distance, man. Okay.
fucker.
I don't think I got it in me, man. At least I don't have to wait that 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm bleeding. I'll do it. Nope. I cannot put the apple in my mouth mid-swing. Shame. Okay, let's skip this part again. I parted with Sir Jorah's sword. You're crazy, man. I'm gonna skip this part because this part sucks. I'm not gonna part with Sir Roderick swords. That's my sword. Even though right now I'm using the mace because mace, guys. Mace. In the meantime, I'm gonna tell you this precious. and this freaking ceremony to get it going. Because now I'm not gonna be able to kill this motherfucker. Okay. Yeah, I was right all the time, but then it's like being right about the only religion that is like the only thing that's real is hell, and like you know you couldn't what is it? You couldn't dream of heaven while you were without the eternal reminder of torment that is affliction or something like that. That's pretty deep. But I forgot the intro of it, man. It's not cool. No way, man. These. Can you get the freaking. Get the spy camera out, man. What's wrong with you? This guy is. Oh my god. It's annoying. No shit, I got killed. Controller's stupid. But thank god I got like a freaking save in front of it. No, I don't like it. Yeah, whatever. Load it. Load it, load it. Keep updated. But okay. Yep. We're gonna play a fugue that is gonna even master's back fugue. No, that's gonna be start digging your own grave. Alright, let's do this. Oh my god. Again. Eating shit. They grabbed me.
Give up.
Nope. Okay. Come on. This is gonna be doable at some point. I'll fight against everything. Social stigma. I mean, that's why the hardest parts are done. It's like, yeah, it's not for everybody. Yeah, it's cool to experience all the ways, but It's cool to experience also the hard thing ships. That's a cool red. To say. Alright, the minute's gone. Okay. Escape and let's kill this guy. No. No, Spike Warhammer. What is the other one? I guess it is that. It's 46. What's wrong with the heavy shield? Maybe was it off? Best items. 5. Actually 46. Don't I have this super stuff? 62. And the punkiest part? No, don't. That's right. That's right. Si se puede, güey. Si se puede. Sé que si se puede. Damn, man. Damn. I'm gonna get the Medal of Persistence. Yeah, you shoot up. Deep Silver. Redsilver.net. .com. The blood. Holy stuff. No, doggy, no. Okay. Chill. Released. Duolingo. Duolingo.
Topici!
Papichi. Ha 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 ha.
Come.
Come as you are, as a friend, as I want you. Me cagué, güey.
Take that.
And I'm dead. I need a mace, man. I'm gonna give him mace in the face. This is impardonable. That's not a word in English. Unforgivable. Unforgettable. Okay, what the hell is going on? I'm dying. It's like you have met Blanca in hell since you're not carrying her freaking stuff anymore for being a saving addict.
This is a good place.
Good.
You're gonna like it here.
See what kind of job they makes us up. As someone who grew up playing a variety of
I've been listening to
instance,
All's
after
Gaming.
20 hours
Oh, it's not AI's gaming? Yeah, All's
say that
Gaming.
this game challenge
Oh, come on, Al.
quite
You distracted me.
unusual experience.
See what you done?
You might think
That's right.
I've seen. It's evident that some of the reviewers are released although I haven't been. I haven't.
Están dando una paliza, güey.
Some deliveries made by the Czech and public. One of the key figures was you. Mafia 1.
That's my sword. Whoa,
Investors
how did that happen?
game. And any actually, but the game runs by engine due of just compared to other like most and you go around you see your friends and the thing with this game, it's hard to tell when the tutorial actually ends. You think I've left the tutorial, but depending on how you play and during the dialogue and each mechanic. Have
Anything
3
that-
different
This is a good place. You're gonna like it
stats
here.
raise in purpose outclass. Then we have a picking system. Yet they in my mission, which over time I think I'm would change. That which
That's him, Runt.
we have they do have direction exit pushed out their mountain blade, but
What the hell is that all?
You're dead.
faint arrogant boast. That is have to keep
I believe there's a word.
Speaking of the story, it does start out
From all the expensive stuff that he
like,
can
they
take,
want you to
he
know
wants the
all the
freaking
mechanics
sword.
of
What's
the
his
game
problem?
before you have-
I just killed 3,000 guards. Like my armor is good. Like leave me the sword. Have
Anything I really
my
liked at the
armor
start
now is worth more.
there's
It
an
doesn't allow me
actual
to
fail
move,
state,
but
which
it is real life, man.
if you get
What
caught
happened?
committing a crime, you get jail, and
Did everybody die
you
or something?
actually skipped. That's pretty. Can't really go out and and during time, one of the major flaws with this game, which is the saving system. The game saves on mission checkpoints, and upon sleeping, your hard saves are dictated. Drinks save you. Start with mission ops and distance that you have to move from the things you have to do, stealing, heading. Sometimes have to read 10 or 15 minutes of program. So I downloaded a mod which lets me have minute saves and what you, but I really have to.
This is a good place. You're gonna like it here.
This game so much traveling. Game would be just PC. It's done too. Actually, like. Like Fallout, they're random attack by interesting people. Actually,
What can I use to Raddy? Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Hey, I wasn't even dead. I wonder if this is even possible or is it a hack or something.
You get hungry or have to get you still can. Exploration and exploration and again very big. You know where you but you
I think
time which
because I never wanted to. I was scared like I wasn't gonna have the opportunity to beat the base Mace guy again.
and I know you'll just have to work go and what originally I thought it was but actually
This is a good place. You're gonna like it here.
something, someone looking for a crew or someone, but the sweet
You know what?
and like that, it just makes you want to actual challenge, satisfaction when you find. And when
How many swings are you gonna give, man? That's not freaking fair.
Come.
I usually get to some games not because it's helpful, but because he's getting
Bugger!
sick. It does help, but again,
Oh,
down, but it is.
on guard. With that.
It is historically straight. Henry is a pretty simple guy. Kind
Yeah,
of
that's right. That's right.
Even just assist missions. You can play him how
Oh my god.
main characters from
Oh, totally survived quite more. Damn it.
But you're a bit after, but
Alright, let's redo this because he's getting crazy.
maybe do some side explore missions with stuff like that. Because the main story does send you everywhere on each town. Ongoing story. You can kind of get or you might really stop that and not do much else. Like that. Give you remind me. Simple. Have a lot of like about it. Becomes very
What?
why speaking of
Oh yeah,
which is pretty
wanna
simple.
load it.
Have in mind to save a few coins or get a few extra. Sound and impressive. Good weapon. Theatrical. This acting is high quality. So I actually having a
Damn, my
British or
hair's so
American
flat.
accent. Are we doing it or not? I have to check that.
Yes, that he has a wife and a son.
And that's a problem.
Henry, have you ever heard?
When I started to recognize him and act, kind of feel that everyone that is Czech,
This is a good place. You're gonna like it.
British thing, the Bohemian actually have the signal their phone, so good.
Wait, the willow tree?
Fine.
It looks meat, but pollution.
Ah, come on! It just landed one! You saw that?
Sometimes are still underlying
I'm gonna kill it.
KCD.
I know I can kill it and break the game or something.
It's really long recordings. The game runs at a constant 60 FPS for me until you get 12 people. Battle scene, it does. Understandable, but happens.
They're breaking the game
So
again,
doesn't
like
run
some
amazingly,
secret
but I'm still
stuff, or just like
saying, but
fighting against something that's
$2 million
impossible,
they brought.
which is also possible.
There are a few
Like the
was when
possibility
game
of fighting
saved
against something that's impossible, not that it's
was
possible at the
always
same
stuck
time
on
of
my
being
screen,
impossible.
but
Right?
needed a
Yep.
not crippling, but another was to real and issue under you get stuck. I've seen animation, graphical. I haven't really see a black light. Sometimes that is
This is a good place. You're gonna like it here.
trying to get a
Shopping online can be a hassle. Do actual work to find the best deal. Time you've jumped from tab to tab, comparing prices, trying coupons. Shopping before you
Right.
even bought it. Enter Honey, the world's most popular browser extension. With our free browser extension, timer energy's salary. We do all the hard work in the background. Automatically millions of prices and discount codes, and instantly find the same.
I'm over here.
Honey, get the best possible price on everything every time. Like that Instant Pot pressure cooker you put your eye on for a while. Or the new Nintendo Switch game. Or a last-minute wedding gift for that friend you haven't really spoken to since high school. Because with tens of thousands of
I got
there are
murked.
millions of ways to shop smarter.
Again.
Plus, on
And I got murked again and again and again. And I don't wanna move on and move on and move on. Again I looked on and again and again and again. And the minute I won 111 seconds killing me, oh yeah. Yeah, maybe if I diminish the time I listen to get into that waiting screen. Okay, boom, 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 yes. 1 minute.
Sometimes I haven't even another it adds to annoy happens to the game you
This is a good place.
happen
You're gonna like it
event-
here.
and
Oh,
a big I
So
fought
can I
him
kill him?
about for went back a few grinded for strength but didn't make a difference. Now what I should have but I did do cheesy cheapest fight with him. Instead I ran around, shot him in see how people buy. Recommend run around him shoot arrow. Didn't work. That's someone invisible. Playing the game. Item. Cheap fan. Maybe get a at it again. Head for previous, but it's somehow easy to run around.
Get you! Oh, did that hurt?
And feel it's kind of unfun under blocked. Right after, but I was upset.
Bring it on!
Happy. After that point, the game story over.
Oh, come on.
Stuck a button throughout. I don't even know if it should be considered.
I'll parry you all day, bitch. Oh shit, maybe not.
The blurb for this game is it's very challenging and it doesn't hold your hand. So many times I felt, oh, this game is dumb, it's hard.
That's right, that's right.
You know, I look around my environment and
Get away from me.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
A haystack. And I lit it on fire and it stopped. Wow, that's really smart. I should. Kinda just a game's holding my fire and I lit it on fire. And I saw an alternative way to get. Bring the raid on. A haystack and I looked at it, light it on fire and I lit it on fire and stopped from shooting. Wow, that's kinda games holding my hand. A fun game. Challenging. Kinda look that really game. But it inventing this game because I hyped it up to be something it wasn't. They developed massive budgets.
I think I like it more.
Medieval roleplay is
This is a good place. You're gonna like it here.
love it for
I guess, yeah.
game. It's a lot harder and I think despite some story and mechanics fun game I purchased. I still have I am guaranteed. Thanks for watching. If
Wait,
you're
what
new to the
happens?
channel, I recommend subscribe button and
With the
bell to
freaking
see more reviews around.
skill level, man.
On touch with me. Like if you
What is this all
Thanks
about?
for watching.
Just figured out a way to save a. So I've had this app called. I
Dash
use a free
damage.
browser tool. I use it
Right.
all the time. Since Amazon doesn't actually have coupons. Last week I got my paycheck, decided to get. I was about to add. Showed me the seller was offering. Took into tax, shipping, to find.
Come on, you.
Self and try first. Zero effort, ever open the game.
Whoa. That's right, that's right. Just narrating this, I love it. Where the buy?
Yes, guys, a lot of people have been into this. I've been leader of this for about a year, but I never played it very much. I found it being very poor, to be honest. I didn't like the combat.
To be honest.
It ran like shit.
That's what he said.
I was kind of deflated because I wanted something that was chivalry-like, and I didn't get it. So anyway, the game dropped, and I've played now for 17.6 hours, and I am finished the game. But I am in a good position to tell you whether or not it's worth a buy. And can I just say that I've watched some other reviews of this game, and they are so piss-poor formed, they are a disgrace. So take it from me, guys. Watch this review all the way through, and you will have a total understanding of what you're going to get for money by this game. I want to start with the story. This is one of the best stories that I've ever seen in a game. It is just phenomenally good. There are shit tons of cutscenes in this, and I hate cutscenes. But to be honest with you, most of the cutscenes in this I tolerated. I could have skipped them, but I didn't want to because I was so engrossed in the protagonist and his story. It's set in 1405, I think it is, in Bohemia, and that's pretty much where the Czech Republic is. Henry uses his family to invading forces, and pretty much a civil war has erupted in his country, and escapes is so exciting. In fact, the prologue to this game's 3 hours long before you get the credits starting, and there's a shit ton of cutscenes in it, but honestly, watch it all. Just watch it all. You asked for it. Because you'll get so engrossed in it. Once the prologue's out the way, you are living the life of Henry. And obviously there's quests, main quests and side quests to go off on. But the thing that I want to emphasize the most about this game is don't look at it like any other game. Because this isn't like any other game that I've ever played. And I mean that. This is probably groundbreaking, this game. I would have to say that. The reason I say that is because, well, first of all, it's a terrific RPG. There's no fantasy in this, there's no monsters, dragons, you're not gonna get eaten by a wyvern or anything like that. It's purely down to realism, this game. This is living the real life. And as I started to play the game, yeah, I ranted a bit at first, there was too many cutscenes for me. But the story was developing at such a pace that I got so engrossed in it. So engrossed in the characters in it. The voice acting is brilliant, and then it's awful. Some of the characters are shit, but the vast majority of them are good. And I got so into it. It made sense. It is very well done. The story makes sense. Everything about it makes sense. Things were happening.
These are the cutscenes that they say that after 3 hours.
And I found this happening all the time. Bumping into some amazing characters. The priest is fucking hilarious. I don't think I've ever enjoyed myself on a quest chain as much in a game as I did with this crazy guy. He's hilarious. I was laughing me off all the way through. We did everything in that quest. We did whoring, we did fist fights, we got pissed as rats, we even impersonated sheep in a fucking field in the middle of the night. It was just hilarious. So the story is awesome. Great, and I'm living the life of Henry in this. Now what I mean by that, and this is really important, guys, this next bit is really important, because what I think the developers have done with this game, it's not about going out on quests all the time. Live the life of Henry. What would you do in them days? You can't use a sword, you can't use a bow and arrow. You're shit at it. You never used a bow and arrow. You're a blacksmith's son. You haven't a fucking clue how to use a sword or a bow and arrow. You've got to practice. That's what this game is about. It's like, hey, you're shit. You've got a shit sword, you've got well, you don't even have a sword. You've got this kind of like butcher's cleaver thing.
You're gonna like it.
You've got shit clothes, you've got no protection, you've got shit skills, you can't do shit with a sword, you can't fire a bow and arrow to save your life. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Practice. So enter tournaments, enter competitions with the bow and arrow, earn some coin while you're doing it, and practice with your sword. And I'm going to come on to the combat now. The combat in this game is very, very hard. I mean, you think Dark Souls is hard? Good hell. Dark Souls is tiddlywinks compared to the combat in this game. You'll get your ass handed to you. constantly in this game until you get what the developers are trying to tell you. And that is, practice. Do what you would do in real life. I learned that the hard way by getting my ass handed to me. It's quest. These two guys in the wood were just kicking my ass. Couldn't do it.
Just
And I was so
freaking face
frustrated.
fight,
I mean, I
man.
just- oh, this
Yeah, that's
is-
right. That's right. Stick it like a man, motherfucker. Oh.
Maybe I have to live the life of the guy. So I went all the way back to the town. And I went to this guy and I said, look, can you teach me how to sword fight? And I'd already done the sword fighting tutorial, so I knew the basics. This guy said, yeah. So we got sparring with swords. And I was learning how to block, I was learning how to parry, I was learning how to feign, I was learning how to dodge, I was learning all these skills, and I was unlocking skill abilities as well, because the more you do something, the better you get at it. The less shaky you'll become, the quicker you'll be able to block, the more power you'll get into your blocks to do full blocks and that, but you can only do it by doing it. So practice with the guy for hours if you need to. I reckon you probably have to do about half an hour to an hour IRL, just practicing with the guy to get good at this game. And that's where I am at the minute. I'm learning all that. I can hold my own a little bit, but I'm
you
still
could
shit.
die and
I've
die
got
in
myself
the
a long
arena.
sword, I've got better gear, I've got a decent helmet now. Well, shit, let's be honest, but better than what you start with. And I can take out bandits with ease now. I can pretty much, because they can't harm me as much, and I can do more damage to them. And I've learned a nice little combo that suits the longsword. I've spec'd the longsword. Archery's a lot better. I'm winning archery competitions. I'm getting bullseyes, whereas before I couldn't even hit the fucking target. I was like shaky McShake when I picked it up. I was just like all over the place. My hands were shaking. I was just missing everything. But I've learned, and I'm a lot more steadier now on the bow. You know, I've hunted a load of rabbits, and I've practiced like that as well. And that's what you have to do. You got to live the life of Henry in this game. Yes, there's bugs, and I'm going to come to the bugs. There's a couple of bugs on the horse riding. There's one hilarious one where I tried to jump a fence, and my horse just got stuck in this really weird position because I was shit. I mean, that's a bug obviously on the animations, but I was shit at riding a horse. So you know what I did? I spent an hour riding my horse. I've leveled up loads of stuff with me. And I'm really good on the horse now. I mean, I'm jumping over everything now. It's just, I'm jumping over everything for fun. It's all about leveling up everything. You're shit at everything. You've got to get it. That you're shit at everything.
I need to make one attack and wait. One attack and wait, because that guy,
I'm learning to read from a scribe. I was uncovering
the minutes the shit out of my stamina, and I just barely have enough stamina to actually...
The protagonist, my character couldn't. He couldn't read it. So I had to go and learn to read. It's such a fucking great game in the way it's put together as an RPG. You have to learn everything. It's just like you're a moron. You know nothing about anything, and spend the game learning. And the more you learn, the better you become, which in real world makes it easier. So the more you practice sword fencing, the easier it is when you're in a fight. That's the thing. You've got to make a lot of coin at the same time as that in order to buy weapons and everything else. So you have to do some quests, but splitting your time between questing and living Henry's life is the way to do it. To spoil the game, because it sounds great so far, to spoil all that, it is riddled with bugs. That is a big problem. The stairs that I couldn't get up very well. I got up them eventually, but I couldn't really get up. There's people I've seen with no heads on. I've sent one of the patrons sent me a screenshot where they've all got no heads, which was quite funny. The horse animation that I mentioned, where he was stuck on the fence. I've seen quest bugs, I've seen looting bugs, I've seen all kinds of bugs in this game, a few animation bugs like I've mentioned. And so, yes, there are bugs in this game, but bugs can be patched.
This is a good place.
That's the great thing about it,
You're
bugs
like
can be patched.
Yep.
If you're not really wanting to buy into a buggy game, then just patch that. They've already released a huge patch on day one. I think it was 20 gigs worth of patch on day one. The graphics need to be optimized better as well. It looks absolutely gorgeous. This game, the attention to detail pretty much everywhere I've been is just incredible. It really is incredible, and the music's great as well, by the way. But let's go back to the graphics here. They look great. I'm running with everything on, and I'm getting 60 frames a second with drops. Sometimes it drops to right down to 30 frames a second. I've had frame drops in
since I'm gonna use the mosquito stuff, I'm gonna need to remain the master of my
it's like, yes, I guess
stamina, so...
They're not huge all the time, They're very rare that it drops down to
I'm
30.
gonna need it.
It's normally just like spiking around, like dropping it from 50 to 60, back up again. So yes, it needs optimization, and they've said yes, they're going to optimize it a bit
That's
better.
right.
But
That's right,
it
bitch.
is
Oh,
still
come
playable.
on.
Of course it is. It's well playable. And like I said, the sounds is great, the voices is great. Most of the time, there is a bit of bad. The music's great as well. It's just a very, very good game to play. But like I say, it has all these bugs that's going to put some of you off. I mean, it puts me off. I fucking hate the bugs, and there's too many cutscenes as well. As much as I love the story, and it is a brilliant story, sometimes there's just a few too many cutscenes, and as well, too many loading screens. When I check the map, as a load like the pot to eat, and you have to eat. You do alchemy. Everything that you do seems to have a little tiny load. It's so damn annoying. Every conversation you have has a bit of a load. Also, let's talk about the save games. I hate the way the save game saves every time you sleep on a bed, but if you want to save outside of that, you have to buy these schnapps. Aren't cheap. They're about 70 gold each, I can't remember, but they aren't cheap, and it just ruins the game that I have to buy one of these to save the game. People have complained that the game has crashed. I've never had a crash yet, by the way, and I would hate to think that I'd had a crash and I'd lost an hour's play, because sometimes you can easily be away from a bed for an hour doing a quest. Time moves quite slowly, and sometimes I've been out through the night and through the day again because of the kind of quest that I've been on. So I haven't had anywhere to save. Now, if I died in that time, I would have lost all that hour of play. I mean, that's bullshit. I don't like that. Now, I know why they've done it, because they want you to be responsible for your actions and live by your actions, which I love, because I'm a bastard in this game. I mean, one of the things I did in this game, just to tell you the kind of character my guy is, I was chasing this robber down. He was being the shopkeeper was shouting, "Stop him, thief, stop him." So I rode after him, I stopped him, I beat him up a bit, got the ring off him, give it to the shopkeeper, and then the robber rang off, and the shopkeeper... No, I didn't like him, I just didn't like his face. And so I looked around and so I ran him through, stole everything. And nobody knows I did it. But this is the big, when the RPG elements kick in again. I have to be careful where I
done
sell
playing
that
basketball, dude?
If I sell it near where
baseball?
he lived, will recognise that it was his, and I'm in deep. And this is a proper RPG. It's not like Witcher 3 where you walk into people's houses and start stealing. Hey, you can't even walk into people's houses in this. If you walk into someone's house and say you're trespassing, you've got to get out there within about 2 or 3 seconds, or you're in shit, because they'll call the guards on you, or they'll attack you themselves. So you have to be very careful what you're doing. You certainly can't steal in front of people. This is why I love it. It's a proper RPG with proper consequences for your actions. The immersion is off the scale until a bug happens. Lockpicking is another one that's getting on people's tits. The lockpicking in this game, I use, let's say I used WASD, I don't want to use TFH, which is another. But WASD and the mouse, okay? So if you want to lockpick, you have to move your mouse around until you see a little gold ball appear. That's the sweet spot of the lock. Once you've got that, you then press, D from WASD, will rotate the lock, rotate the gold. So you have to keep your mouse on the gold bit and rotate that at the same speed as the lock's rotating. It's quite hard. And if you do it wrong, you have a chance to snap the lockpick. People are complaining about that because apparently it's hard to do on a controller. But overall, guys, I have to say, I am thoroughly enjoying this game. Bugs aside and all of that stuff, and I don't like the lock-on combat, I really don't. I'm struggling with more than 2. Sometimes I struggle if they're quite good. Yeah. But I'm nowhere near good at the combat yet, but I know I can be good at it. I'm at that point where I'm like, I know I'm going to be good at this combat if I practice enough. The penny's dropped for me with combat. So, you know, I would have still liked it to be unlock on. You can switch the lock on off, hold down on your keyboard, but it shouldn't be on in the first place. I'd much rather have a cross between Chivalry and Mountain Blade with the combat. But there you go, you can't have everything in life. But as an RPG, it's simply stunning. So I'm going to say this, buyer beware. It's a very deep, hard game. It has
I parried the
very
last
stringent
one.
RPG rules that can fuck you up big time. It has limited saves, it has hard combat, it's going to take a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance, but it is so rewarding to play if you are prepared to
I'm gonna
put
get
in the hours,
naked
get the practice
and
live the
just
life of Henry.
start
Because
like
it's more of a
sniping
way
him.
of life than a game, this, and that's how you've got to approach this game. It's a way of life. You should be getting immersed into the character and doing what you would do. It's not about just speed running through the fucking quests. It's about enjoying the character, living the world, doing some romance, doing a little bit of exploring, checking the treasure maps out, exploring the world, trying to find stuff. Practice your archery, practice your sword play, discover what works best for you, whether it's an axe, a short sword, a long sword, spec into all that, practice your horse riding, all of these things, and live the life of Henry, and you will get a big reward for playing this. It's
It would be
definitely
beautiful
a
to
thumb
live
up
the
from me,
life of
and
Henry
now I'm
back
off
to
to play
reality.
it my way. I've done my review. I know I haven't got massively far into the game, but I've done enough.
But they have done a beautiful work with the game, I gotta say. One of my favorite games.
They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot, had no place to lay his head. Look to your conscience,
This is a
you
good place.
robbers of the
You're gonna
poor,
like it.
for you are seen by God and his too. Amen.
Alright, let's see. Job only that maybe it's bullshit. Let's see. Also doesn't allow me to move. Also doesn't allow me to move. Gabby. One of these. And to run. Right, dude. Apparently not working.
I told you how it would.
I'm wondering if you can even do this part like that.
Yeah. Automatically.
I told you how it would.
Wondering if you can even do this part like that.
This is a good place. You're gonna like it here.
What the hell, man?
No more fooling around.
Multiple, man. If we're trying to manage it, I'd totally start recording the